Hi everyone, I'm Harshvardhan. Today we have a very special guest with us, somebody who I can call the face of Indian television, an actress, a spokesperson, a storyteller. We have Miss Sriti Jha. So Sriti, first I want to know from you. I gave a lot of adjectives here. I kind of tried to introduce you, but who is Sriti Jha? I want to know from you.
Oh God.
Who do you see yourself as?
I just see as myself as just Sriti. And just stuff keeps happening.
Yeah.
And it's so difficult to actually stick to one personality. I keep changing every year. So I don't know if I can define myself because I might answer something that, I'm this person today, but next year
Yeah.
it's something completely
Does
different.
that have to do with the characters that you play?
No.
No.
No, but it's just because the people I meet, the experience I have, or the books I read, it just changes me every time. So it's Sriti Shah is a work in progress.
Oh, that's beautiful. If I have to say, let's define Shruti Jha in 3 words.
Okay.
3 words. What would they be?
Oh, 3 words. Oh, oh God. I didn't know it would be so much about myself. Okay, always changing.
Okay.
I don't know how to put it into one word, so she's always changing.
Okay. Always metamorphosizing.
How sounds more profound. So much more. Second is trying to be better, working on herself.
Yeah.
And third would be lazy. I love doing nothing and just lazy.
And very kind. And very kind.
I make an effort to be kind, but
You are beautiful inside out. It's been like I've been talking to you for a few days and it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful.
thank you so much.
You said that Shruti Jha kinda is synonymous to change or transformation or metamorphosis. We know that you have lived in multiple cities. Right? You were born in Bihar and then you were in Calcutta, then you were in Nepal, then Delhi.
And
How has this journey shaped you as a person?
something that it has made me more open to different cultures.
Yeah.
Because all these cities have very different cultures
Yeah.
from each other and are rich in it. So it has made me look forward to be sort of an audience to different cultures and consume it, be a part of it, and be just open to more cultures. I think that's something ingrained in me because I've lived in so many.
You're able to absorb things and
Yes.
take things the way it comes.
Yeah. I do not have a problem in a new place or a new culture. I can be an audience and consume it and take whatever I like and just watch whatever I don't like and stay away from it.
That's amazing. But how was your school journey and all that? Because there was so much change.
I was a very quiet child.
Okay.
Because मुझे इतने ardent, like as a child I was an audience only. बदल रही है चीजें, मैं देख लेती हूँ सब consume कर लेती हूँ. मुझे लगता है मैं audience ही थी शायद. मतलब I was quite a very quiet child.
Yeah, but I think that's how you learn a lot of things. Like by just observing, you can learn so much. So.
But the intention, I don't know as a child if it was to learn, but it came naturally to me to just sit quietly and watch things.
But how are you now then? Are you still the same quiet person? Or are you an ambivert? Are you an extrovert, introvert? How do you define yourself?
It's safe to say an ambivert, but if not inebriated, I'm an introvert.
Introvert. Okay. And then how did Bombay happen? As in, when did you start your acting career? Did you always know you want to be an actor? How did Bombay happen and how has that journey been?
No, I started acting in school, but it was very like on school level and then in college at inter-college competitions and everything. And when I was in my second year college, second year college is when I got through my first audition back in Delhi itself.
Okay.
And it was a Disney show. And it was called Dhoom Machao.
I used to be a Dhoom Machao Dhoom nerd. I am not even kidding. Me, my mother, my sister, like I think I was in school at that point. I used to just sit and we used to watch the Pink Bag.
Pink Bag, yes, of course. Oh God. Oh, you know.
I know. So it was a part of my childhood.
So yeah, I got through that back in Delhi when I was in second year. तो उस शो को आने में 1 साल लग गया. They were supposed to shoot in Delhi, but
Okay.
that plan changed and they had to come to Bombay. So Disney only got us to Bombay
Oh,
and
wow.
everything. So
Mhm.
so I came with a job in Bombay, then I stuck around and got other little jobs.
And how old were you back then?
Back then, 20? I was 20.
Very early, and you were still studying and doing this together. Is it?
I remember when when Dhoom Machao Dhoom, the first episode that was airing was on 8th January, and I had come back to give my third year ka mock papers hote hain
Oh my
Delhi
God.
University mein.
Uh,
So I had come for that exam.
okay.
I had gone
Gone,
to Delhi.
uh.
Oh God. I had gone to Delhi to give my exams. So while shooting, I finished my third year.
Mhm.
So वैसे चला.
And you kind of played your. Did you feel like in Dhoom Machao Dhoom, you played kind of your own self a little bit?
हाँ हाँ but I did actually because professional experience तो था नहीं उससे
Yeah.
पहले नानी मैंने मतलब I'm not educated in the craft but जो भी किया था it was theatre experience and camera acting was very different from theatre acting and everything तो वो सीखने में टाइम लग गया तो मुझे रियलाइज नहीं हुआ कि मतलब it's easy or difficult because there was just so much to learn.
Yeah.
You know, you have to face camera and then you have to like look at nothing and pretend like you're talking to someone and someone's standing. The idea of a close up and all that.
Yeah.
So that whole show was just learning all of that. तो इतना मुझे समझ में नहीं आया कि it was myself or wasn't myself, but it was nice. It was fun. It was really fun.
And how has that journey been from Dhoom Machao Dhoom to today?
Oh, very nice.
Very
Very
nice.
nice. Like, matlab, I'm just grateful that work has come my way. I have worked with good people, good directors, good actors, and it has been just nice. Just nice. And I get to do my things and I get to do work also. So
Yeah.
it's been nice. It's been nice.
What are your things?
My things. Acting is also my thing only, yeah. But because I've been doing it for so long, it is a
Yeah.
job. So there are other things like I get to write, I get to travel. I slackline very मतलब अब तो बहुत sporadically but I do slackline I get to do that so and I just get to have a life and just grow as a person along with growing as an actor so I really like that life.
And how did storytelling start? As in, how did writing, storytelling start? Because you seem so natural in it, and the way you orate things, it's just so beautiful and captivating. How did that start?
I in 2017 I felt really sick. I got TB. So
Oh my God.
and I had to take an off for a month or something. So I wasn't working for a month. And because I was really weak, I had to just rest all day. So I watched a lot of YouTube. Is when I realized there's something called spoken word. And there is a way, matlab, you can find your own way of saying things,
Yeah.
and there's not just one archaic way that you need to adhere to write poetry or to just perform stories. And I started just watching a lot of things on YouTube, a lot of spoken word poetry I started consuming. और वो पता नहीं कैसे हुआ वो मतलब एक symbiotic sort of growth हो गया and one day I ended up writing something that I ended up performing.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So I'm talking about that, your piece on asexuality. It was just beautiful. It is one of the most beautiful things that I've ever heard, and it moved me. As in, I knew you as an actress, but then that day completely changed my perspective to a 360. So how did that happen, and why did you do it?
So first time I heard of asexuality or read about it was in this book called Cyber Sexy.
Okay.
It is the book was written by I'm forgetting her name, Richa Paul Patte, and if I don't know if I'm getting the surname
Okay.
correct. So and it was written when pornography was being banned in India and everything, and then the book talks about consent. Basically, consent hona chahiye.
Right.
Baaki aap- And it talked about different kind of pornography that is available within the entertainment industry for different kind of people. And that's when I read about asexuality for the first time. Then I really love this show called BoJack Horseman, where a
Right.
character identifies as asexual. And then in my life, there was a point where I thought, am I Like, and I couldn't talk to anyone about
Right.
it because I was like, "Arey, kya hoga?" And I would imagine conversations in my head that if I say this, people might say this because I've heard people talking about sex a lot because they're older adult
Yeah.
people and people talk about it a lot. And I would keep thinking, मुझे ये महसूस नहीं होता, मुझे ये तो महसूस नहीं होता or whatever. And I started writing, and at that point of time, I was thinking whether I am, should I say it or whatever. But I realized that I wasn't. But that's another process. But then I wrote it down and I sent it to Shantanu, who generally anything I write, I send it to him.
Right.
So and Shantanu said, we must perform this and everything. And then I was like, should I perform it? Should I not perform it?
Right.
And he's like, you perform it and you don't have to explain it. However, after I wrote this piece, on that day, the day that I performed at Spoken, so many people came up to
Yeah,
me and
yeah.
said that, oh, I don't know if I feel this. I didn't know there was a term like this and everything. After I performed, I read more
You learn more.
about asexuality because also interestingly, someone told me that because I had written it in first person, I was taking away agency from people who identify as asexual. But then I started, मुझे लगा कि इतने लोग मुझे आके बोल रहे हैं कि हमें अच्छा महसूस हुआ, I felt seen and all that. ये गलत कैसे हो सकता है?
Yeah.
Then I started seeing कि नहीं अगर और जिसने बोला था दानियाल who's also a poet, मतलब I value his opinion तो मुझे लगा कि नहीं कुछ तो गलत है. And then I understood the importance of representation.
Yeah.
कि जैसे मैं जब लिखती हूँ ना and I have gone to these gays gatherings of writing
Yeah.
poetry and everything. It's so easy for me to write a happy ending in these stories. And when it's a personal experience of a whole life,
Yeah.
it's so different.
Yeah.
And I saw the problem of it. Ki, no, you can't just even if it meant well, even if it came out like organically out of myself, there there has to be more responsibility and more
Correct.
knowledge before putting it out there. तो वो भी मुझे बहुत समझ आया.
But then also, don't you think that the way you put it out there, it did educate a lot of people and it could lead to a lot of happy endings?
Yes. I hope it does.
Yeah.
I hope it does. And
Yeah.
every time I talk about that piece and every time, because it is being really appreciated, I make sure I say this, ki, I do understand that I wrote it in first person. And I didn't not interview anyone who identifies as asexual or मतलब मैं और कर सकती थी शायद ऐसा मुझे लगता है. But I do with utter humility accept that it did start a certain conversation.
Yeah, it did. It absolutely did. How did people's reaction? How was people's reaction rather? Because a lot of people have seen you just on TV, right? And that video did go viral, and it was kind of a contrast from what we see you on screen. So how did people perceive it, and what were the kind of reactions you heard from general public?
Generally, though, it was just wholesome. It was just wholesome because a lot of people just told me that, oh God, I didn't know that somebody could understand this. I just didn't know that other people are going through this.
Yeah.
And so that, I did not expect it. I just wrote things like I said that, I imagined conversations that I could have and what my friends would tell me. And I wrote it down. And I was just saying things that came to my head and like just things that I put out there could have such an impact was overwhelming.
Yeah.
It was quite overwhelming actually.
No, it's beautiful because a lot of times when there are topics that are less spoken about or per se that come out a little risky, people kind of don't talk about it much. And when you have the power and the voice which influences people, I think when you take that risk and, even as a first person, when you spoke about it, I think it opened a lot of eyes. It at least started that conversation wherein the general public were curious to know more. So I think it was really, really beautiful.
I hope so. But when I was doing it, it did not seem like a risk because मैंने
Yeah.
लिख लिया था.
Mm.
मुझे लगता था मैं परफॉर्म कर
Yeah.
दूंगी और
Yeah.
मतलब उसका और कोई ऑब्जेक्टिव ही नहीं था.
Yeah.
It is on paper. I go on stage and say it.
Right.
But it became something else. So yeah, I don't know how to define
No,
it.
I think that also talks about how beautiful you are as a person and how pure your thoughts are, that you don't really think too much. If you want to do it, you just do it. That is amazing. That's amazing.